What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Staples. Today we're going to be talking about the pull-up and the chin-up. All right, both of these movements and variations have their purpose in almost any program. A lot of newbie clients come to me with that being their first goal in mind, having to be able to do one pull-up by themselves. So it's one of the foundational body weight feats of strength. We're gonna dive into how to do one properly, variations, and even working up to your first pull-up. All right, so being a upper body pull movement, we're looking at working the lats, upper back muscles such as the 𝗯𝗿𝗯𝗿𝗍𝗃, traps, anything you can really think of that pulls the upper body, we're hitting with this one, as well as your forearms and biceps. So right off the get-go, it is a compound exercise, so we're looking at burning as many calories as possible, as well as building as much muscle as possible. So there's lots of variations with this movement, but we're gonna start looking at the pull-up, which is with a pronated grip. So easy way to start with the pull-up, we're gonna be taking a shoulder width grip on the bar. So take this opportunity to set your shoulders. You don't want to be so retracted and engaged with the movement off the get-go. You do want a little bit of slack in the scapula. On the other end of the equation, we don't want our shoulders to be reaching our ears at the very top either. All right, after taking that grip, take the opportunity to push your chest out and extend your T-spine, pushing your chest out. From here, don't think about reaching your chin up to the bar. A lot of dysfunction comes with the movement when you do that. Instead, think about driving your elbows to the floor. The whole movement should be driven through your elbows and not your wrists or your biceps. You should be thinking about driving your elbows straight down, squeezing your lats and upper back. While not getting too specific, you ideally want to have that bar somewhere underneath your chin, by your collarbone, or even closer to your sternum to hit different muscles. For the sake of simplicity, try to get that bar just underneath your chin, as low as you possibly can. On the descent, a lot of people do think we need to keep that retraction in the scapula the entire time. We can afford to have a little bit of slack at the bottom of the movement and allow for the stretch reflex. So a lot of people do have problems swinging their body forward and back while doing the pull-up. A couple ways to fix that is crossing the legs, making sure your pelvis and hips stay locked down, or just squeezing the glutes through the entire movement to make sure that's also engaged. So up next is the chin-up. It's done with a supinated grip and said to attack lower lats and the biceps a little bit more. What's also to be noted with this one is its true test of upper body mobility. Supinating your hands and grip with the chin-up puts the shoulder in an externally rotated position through the entire movement. So if you can do a dead hang with a supinated grip without any pain and a straight arm, you can be sure that your shoulders are pretty mobile. Same rules apply with this one, but you might actually find it a little bit easier to extend your T-spine with that reverse grip. Driving your elbows down to the floor will be even easier with this one because of the grip too. All right, so progressions for the chin-ups and pull-ups. If you guys aren't able to do either of these right now, these are things you should be including in your program, so one day you can achieve one. While there's machines in the gym that kind of assist you by putting your knees on the pads and then pushing you up to the bar, it doesn't really mimic a true form chin-up or pull-up. If this is all you have access to, why not try it? But you should always try to get comfortable on the bar as close to the actual exercise as possible. First off, one of my favorite ones are scapular pull-ups. Grabbing the bar the same way you would with a pull-up or chin-up, you're retracting the scapula for a set number of reps. This preps the upper back for a proper movement through the movements and also gets you used to handling your own body weight. Second progression would be just a banded pull-up. So it's assisting you more so at the bottom, and at the top it lessens that support. Very common and super easy to rig up. Third progression would be a negative pull-up or chin-up. With this one, you're gonna have a box set underneath the bar. You're gonna perform a little bit of a jump, start the movement from the very top, and lower yourself down extremely slow. This way, we get the negative part of the movement, which you'll actually build a lot more muscle on. This will directly translate to both sides of the movement, judging that you periodize all these progressions in the right manner. Another big cue with the proper plane of movement with the chin-up and pull-up is that we should have our head underneath that bar at the end of the movement when we're doing the hang before another rep. A lot of people, because of many different reasons, lack of flexibility, lack of mobility, or just lack of awareness with the movement, really push their body further back and think that the barbell has to be in front of them. This doesn't utilize a full range of motion with the movements, and you should be aiming to get that head underneath the barbell and through your arms on every single rep. My favorite advanced variations of both these movements, number one has to be pause chin-ups or pause pull-ups. Literally doing the movement but locking in a pause at the very top. So second advanced variation would be a weighted pull-up or chin-up, done with a weight belt or holding some weight between your feet or your legs. And the third would be a rack chin-up or pull-up. While it may seem a little bit easier because you're not lifting your entire body weight, because your feet are on top of a bench, this one puts a lot more emphasis on your positioning and you're able to slow down the movement and hit the back muscles in an entire different way. All right, so that should give you guys a starting guide with the pull-up and chin-up if you guys are starting out or you want to make it a bit more difficult. Virtually has carryover to every lift, every goal in the gym, and it's something everyone should be striving towards or getting better at. So don't be afraid of it, get your hand on the bar. I'll see you guys in the next one.